Hello, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we have a nice flow that will build up some heat right off the bat. It focuses on heart-opening postures to create some space in that area, start opening the chest, allowing more love to flow in and out, more love for yourself, for others, for this practice, this life, this body. So whenever you're ready, unroll your mat and let's get started. Today we begin in wide child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. Walking the fingertips out, melting the heart into the mat, opening the chest. Taking a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, releasing all tension, worry, anxieties. We don't have space for those anymore. We don't need them. Take nice deep breaths, starting to bring awareness to the energy, the prana flowing through your body. Notice what it feels like to be here, to be alive in this body. And slowly raising the head and the chest, walking the hands back towards the hips. Taking the knees a little bit closer, still have them a little bit further apart than normal, than hip width. Raising onto the knees and dropping the belly for cow. Exhaling, rounding the back through cat. Taking a wide-legged cat-cow variation here. Moving with the breath, you know how to do this. Maybe noticing how this variation feels different than the classic traditional cat-cow. Using different muscles, different feelings. Taking one more round and meeting in tabletop. Scooting our tabletop to the right side of the mat, pinky is on the edge. Grounding through the fingers, raising the right leg and crossing it behind the left knee. Coming back to sit on the sit bones. Adjusting our cow face legs for comfort. And once we find our position here, sitting up nice and tall, inhale and exhale. Raising the arms by the sides, wrapping them around the chest, giving yourself a nice little hug. Say, I love myself. And gently release. Taking the right hand to the mat and the left above the head. Getting a nice stretch through the tops of the ribs. And switching sides. Gently releasing, making our way to tabletop. We can rock forward onto the knees or gently uncross the knees, however we would like to get there. And tucking the toes, sending the hips back for downward facing dog. Walking the hands out in front, pedaling through the feet. And grounding through the right foot, lifting the left leg, three-legged dog. Bending the knee, taking the knee through the chest, planting the foot between the hands. Inhaling for high lunge. Rolling the shoulders back, firming through the legs. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, opening up to warrior two. Checking our heel alignment. Bringing the shoulders together. Extending out through the fingers. And we reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. And windmilling the left arm around behind the back, interlacing the fingers, humble warrior. Releasing the fingers, right arm comes over the head, left elbow comes onto the knee, extended side angle. Reaching towards the front of the room. And sweeping the right arm behind, pivoting on the back foot, lowering the right shin. Inhaling, low lunge, arms above the head. And exhale, palms come together, revolve to the left side, opening the chest, gazing at the ceiling. Releasing, planting the fingers by the foot, taking that left knee, crossing it behind the right, cow face legs. Inhaling up nice and tall, extending the arms out, giving ourselves another hug, this time wrapping the opposite arm on top. If you missed the I love yourself last time, you can say it here. And gently release, right hand to the mat, left arm above. And other side. And coming back through center, meeting back in tabletop. Tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet, head hangs between the biceps. Grounding through the left foot, raising the right, bending the knee, bringing it through the chest, planting it between the hands, high lunge. And exhale, opening to warrior two, grounding through the back foot. Reaching forward and back, peaceful warrior. Shifting the weight forward, interlacing the fingers, humble warrior. Releasing into extended side angle, left arm above the head, reaching. Finding a nice long line from fingertips to toes. And sweeping the arm behind the back, pivoting, coming into low lunge. Nice big inhale. And exhale, palms come together, revolve. Gazing behind us if that feels good. And gently releasing, planting the fingers on either side of the foot, tucking the left toes, raising the knee, pivoting to the side of the mat, coming onto the inside edge of the left foot, flexing that left foot, coming into side lunge, hands to heart. And opening the arms, raising the left high, coming into a bind. Keeping the chest nice and lifted here. Opening the arms and switching sides. Inhale and exhale, open the arms, right comes up to the ceiling. Taking a bind. And opening back up. Raising onto the legs, keeping the toes pointed out, bending the knees, goddess pose. Hands come through heart center. Nice deep breath, few pulses. Squeezing through the glutes. And stillness. Lifting the left heel. And lower. Lift the right. Lower. Maybe both at the same time. And lower, straightening the legs, reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling. 5-pointed star pose. Squeeze everything. And lifting the left heel, pivoting on that leg, stepping up to the front of the mat. Hands, palms come together, taking a slight back bend. And forward fold. Reverse swan dive, leading with the head. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And stepping back to plank. Taking a vinyasa. Chaturanga to upward facing dog. And exhaling through downward facing dog. Raising the left leg and stepping it through the hands, between the hands, inhaling up this time, planting the back foot, coming into warrior one. Checking our heel alignment. Inhale, keeping hips square to the front of the mat. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Gazing over the left fingertips. We reach front and back, peaceful warrior. And windmill around, humble warrior, interlacing the fingers. And release, this time coming into triangle, right arm comes to the ceiling. We shift the hips back, straightening the left leg. And taking the right arm behind, framing the left foot, coming into low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, opening to the left, arms straight, sending energy out through the fingertips. And planting the left hand on the back of the thigh or the shin, we take the right above the head for a nice little back bend. And windmilling the arms around, planting the hands on either side of the foot, stepping back into plank, taking a vinyasa to upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Raising the right leg. Bringing it all the way through the chest, planting it in between the hands, warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. And coming through humble warrior. Straightening for triangle. And windmilling the arm around, framing the foot, coming into low lunge. Opening to the right side, twist. And back bend, left arm comes overhead. Creating space, taking up space. And windmilling the arms around. Bringing the right knee back to meet the left, coming back onto the heels, sitting to one side, extending the legs out in front, raising them, coming into boat. You're not done yet. Breathing, sucking the navel into the spine, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest. You got this. Hold here, a few more breaths. Don't be embarrassed if you're shaking, like me. And gently release, lying on the back, soles of the feet to the mat. Arms lying by the sides, palms down. Grounding through the feet and the hands, we lift the hips. Pressing up, 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 lift the hips to the ceiling. We can interlace the fingers below the hips, tucking the shoulders in. Using the navel, sucking the navel into the spine, squeezing the glutes, lifting the right leg. Crossing it over the left, lifting it back up and gently release. Left side, straighten the left leg, cross it over, bending the knee, lift it back up straight and release back to the mat. Releasing the fingers if they're clasped, keeping the hands below the hips as we lower onto the hands, extending the legs out straight, coming into fish pose, bringing the arms and the elbows underneath the back, lifting the chest, coming onto the crown of the head, opening the heart up to the ceiling, breathing air into the space, filling the lungs. Taking a moment here to notice how we feel after our practice. And gently untucking the head, lifting the hips to release the hands. Can now relax into Shavasana or continue our practice with another video or some stretches on your own. Now that we've opened up some space for ourselves, cultivated a little joy, a little heat, a little fire, we're ready for the rest of the day. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Until next time, namaste.